Can the stock market go higher? This is the question that everyone is now asking. And guys, we know the story. 2023 has been one of the most difficult years to trade so far. Why? Because the fundamental and the technical analysis have been contradicting each other since the beginning of the year. The fundamental analysis are telling us very bearish views about the stock market, whereas the technical analysis are showing us very strong bullish signals. And because of that, guys, we are going to do in today's video a full review of technical analysis only of the stock market and see where the technicals are telling us the stock market will go in the next couple of weeks. And guys, we've talked about this this chart here last week, and the levels that we talked about held perfectly. And because of that, guys, the technicals still look very bullish. We discussed about the 20-day EMA there. We were looking for that to break. That has held our support a number of times, and last week as well. And we talked about if this level was to hold, we're looking at this liquidity to be grabbed, and that's exactly what happened. Now, guys, it does make sense for the S&P 500 to now pull back down here and try to come and reconnect with this 20-day EMA. But as long as this holds, guys, this is still very bullish, despite the fundamentals being bearish at this stage. Guys, before we go into more analysis, if you do enjoy today's video, please give it a like. It does help us a lot. And if you do find it useful, please also share it with anyone else that may also find it useful. And if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We do bring out the latest stock market analysis outlook every single Monday morning. Now, guys, we've showed this chart here in the past, and we've talked about the gaps. The S&P 500 has a lot of gaps to the downside that have not been filled. We still have 11 gaps. 2 more were created last week. We have 11 gaps, guys, here unfilled, and we have just 1 gap to be filled all the way at 4,663 or so. Guys, those gaps, over 90% of gaps, they do fill quite quickly, so I would expect those gaps to be filled at some point over the next couple of weeks or months, at least a couple of them. I'm not talking about the ones all the way down here just yet, but at least the ones leading up to 4,296, those 4 gaps here, we should see them being filled quite soon. Now, guys, before we go into more analysis, let's discuss the let's look at the economic news for the week. And here, guys, we have just one important news announcement to be aware of this week, and that is on Tuesday we have the retail sales. Very important data point, guys. Please keep an eye on that. And we also have, guys, earnings. Now, we do have here, guys, we do have the a number of we have a number of companies reporting this week. We had a number of banks reporting last week, guys. Funny enough, that brought the market higher because all the banks did very well. They beat expectations on their results. However, later in the afternoon, they actually sold off. So it seems to be some sort of divergence there. Even though the banks did well, they were selling off, and that's telling us that investors are seeing cracks within those banks, which is worrying. Something to pay attention on, guys, is regional banks. We want to see if regional banks are still very strong, because those are the ones that are more exposed to interest rates. So keep an eye on First Bank reporting here after the close. And we have on Tuesday, we have more banks reporting affecting the Dow Jones. Even on Wednesday, more banks. We have Goldman Sachs reporting there, and the important earnings to be aware of this week, guys, will be Tesla and Netflix. They both have rallied quite a lot. They are technological companies. We know that the NASDAQ has rallied a lot, so keep an eye on those, guys. And also keep an eye on DR Horton as well. We want to see the strength of the housing market as well. But apart from that, guys, nothing else to be aware of. Now let's look just at those the technicals here for as it stands here, guys. Very importantly, now on US 30 here, guys, on US 30, apologies, on the S&P 500, we've got on the daily here, we have the market running up higher, making higher highs, higher highs, and we can clearly see that the momentum is slowing down because the RSI is making lower highs and lower highs. So there's clearly a divergence. They're telling us that the momentum is clearly slowing down. We've just managed to take out this liquidity sitting here at 4520 or so. And the next liquidity here, guys, to be aware of will be all the way there at 4636. Very importantly, guys, pay attention that if the market is going to go up higher in the next coming weeks, this is the level to be watching, guys. Very importantly, and if the market does make it here, maybe even this week, pay attention because that will be above the upper expected move for the month and for the week, guys, and that will most probably will give us a nice shorting opportunity if the market does pull back all the way up there, guys. But as long as the market doesn't go up higher, then I do see the market trying to come back and reconnect back with this 20-day EMA, guys. This has acted as strong support over the last couple of weeks, and it will most probably give us another buying opportunity as long as this will hold, guys. So watch that over this week. Now, as it stands, guys, we do have the market, we've made a higher high and we are just hovering around here as it stands. Now we do have a number of liquidity zones that I'm targeting, and first of all will be this one here, guys, sitting at around 4466. It will be the first target as long as we can get a nice shorting opportunity at open, as long as we don't make a new higher high there. Now if the market does come back and grabs this liquidity, I'll be looking at this IC here to add more long positions, guys. Okay, want to see some sort of consolidation here. This will be quite nice because it's right at the lower expected move for the week, so this will provide us a nice buying opportunity. Very, very important. As it stands, guys, one thing to be aware of, we did get a sell signal here on the 4-hour time frame, guys. The last time that happened, it was at the beginning of this month, and we had quite a nice sell-off from there, so be aware of that. Okay, the 4-hour, okay, MACD sell signal here, the crossover can lead to a nice pullback there, so very interesting to watch there, guys. Okay, next we need to talk about Apple, and guys, this has been a strong, crazy move. Okay, but the technicals, they look very bullish, so there's nothing to tell us that this will turn around, so we can't fully turn bearish. The only reason we turn bearish if we lose the 20 and the 50 EMA here, guys, and we haven't done so here on the daily chart. Now we do have earnings coming up soon on the 26th of July. So still a way to go, and that could potentially be the catalyst for the market turning lower, even if we get some better than expected earning results. I think even if that happens, this may still sell off just because it has such a aggressive move here. But when do we turn bearish, guys? When we lose those 2 EMAs. For now, this looks bullish. Don't try to chase this. I think it's not very realistic to chase it all the way up here. Let earnings go, and then maybe we get an opportunity back after that. Next, guys, we get the UK 100, and we completely smashed this analysis last week. We discussed last week that on the 4-hour time frame we had divergences and we were consolidating right here. Now I said I was expecting to see a move up higher, and this is exactly what happened, guys. Again, we are getting a sell signal here. Now very important here, look at the daily time frame, guys. The 20 EMA is now acting as resistance, and it has left this it's left this low here, a lot of liquidity resting below this low here, which makes me think that they want to go and grab this before they move up higher. So guys, it would be quite nice if price goes up and even makes a new low here. It will make a new low, most probably on negative, on positive divergences, and that will create quite a nice buying opportunity. And if that happens, perhaps price makes it all the way to this daily IC, and if it does, that will provide a nice buying opportunity. When do we turn bullish on this, guys? The market is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. Do we get a break of structure, and is price able to go and above the 20 and the 50 EMA? If price does so, then those 20 and the 50 EMA should act as support, and we should see a move higher to clear this liquidity and that liquidity there, guys. Next, we get the DAX here, and guys, we talked about this analysis here, liquidity being grabbed here 2 weeks ago. That has happened 100%. Very proud of that. Now, we've been in this consolidation in this area here for, since end of March. Quite frustrating that we haven't been able to see a move higher or a move low. Now we are at all-time highs, which does make sense. Now, what are we looking for in terms of technical analysis? Well, guys, looking here at the 1 hour chart, we got a nice move up higher from the positive divergence that we got last week, and we had quite an aggressive move higher. Now we did leave, guys, a number of nice liquidity zones, and the one that I'm looking at is this one here, first of all, sitting at around 15,909, and this one here, guys, sitting at around 15,658. These are the two areas that I'm targeting if the price does make it lower, guys. This is some nice liquidity there that price wants to take before perhaps going higher. Now, if we do make go up higher, guys, this is the first target that I'm looking at, this clean liquidity resting above this area. So if that is grabbed, watch for price, watch for some consolidation, and maybe we get a nice break of structure, and then we can hop back in to ride it all the way here if that hasn't been taken yet. As it stands, we are in this 1 hour IC right here, and price looks bullish still. Okay, guys, so don't try to go against the trend here. Again, on the daily, as mentioned, we had in a big sideways consolidation here, not a lot to discuss, but if we do clear that liquidity, perhaps we can go even lower than that, and we come back into this daily IC at some point this year. Next, we get US 30, and something very interesting here, guys. We are again same as the S&P 500. We're making higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, and the RSI is we're doing that on a negative divergence with the RSI there, which is not very positive, not very engaging in terms of where price wants to go next. Earnings do play a part, and we've seen that on Friday. We had a bullish day on Friday because of strong earnings, and we did sell off the second part of the day, but that's a different story there. Now, guys, if we do go up higher here, then I am targeting this level right there, which is the liquidity resting above the April highs from last year, and this is around 35,536. So watch the area, guys. If the price wants to make it higher, this is the area I'll be targeting as a take profit area, and this is a target I'll be looking at for maybe going short at that point if the opportunities do arise. Now, in terms of what the price is showing us, guys, where we are going up higher, we cleaned some of that liquidity. There was some of this liquidity and that liquidity over there, guys. However, we've left more liquidity to the downside. We are going up higher on negative divergences here, and if we go all the way back to the 1 hour time frame, very interesting there, guys. We have well, last week we had a nice move from this 1 hour IC, perfect move, and then we made a new higher high there. Now we've left plenty of liquidity sitting below here below here, and most importantly below here, guys. This is the one that I'm actually looking at. This is sitting at around 33,817. So if we do get a move lower this week, guys, those will be the levels to take profits at. Don't be greedy. If we move up higher, then we've discussed where we want price to go. We do have this trend line. When do we turn bearish? Once we full bearish, once we break this trend line, guys. And that's a long way to go until we make it there. The chart, they look very bullish. Don't try to go, all in terms of shorting. Once you take profits here, look for some sort of reversal, and then you can go long at if the price shows you that level, that opportunity there, guys. Next we get the US 100, and US 100, guys, most probably the NASDAQ will be affected by earnings this week. Netflix and Tesla will have a big impact on this. Now we did close the day, okay, on a shooting star there. This is a reversal type candlestick, so watch that for more momentum to the downside. However, guys, when do we turn full bearish? Once we break this 20-day EMA. We talked about it last week. We said if we break it, look for that to act as resistance, and we didn't break it yet. There was no close below this, and because of that, the technicals, they still pointed us higher, which it did perfectly. Now, guys, same. We've got just about a sell signal. This is not yet confirmed, but if we do get another red candlestick, most probably this will be confirmed here. The last time we got a sell signal, we went lower, and same here as well. So if we do get that sell signal confirmed, watch for a move lower, guys. A move lower. This is my first level of liquidity, and the second level of liquidity will be this one here, guys, sitting at around 14,856. Those two levels I'll be looking to take profits at. In terms of can we go higher? Yes, we can. Where is the next zone liquidity? The next zone liquidity, guys, it's all the way up here, sitting at around 16,036. So a lot of upside still, guys, if price wants to make it there. This looks very bullish. Earnings can point us lower, okay? Don't, even if we get better than expected earnings, guys, okay, just because we've had such a big move, and investors will be looking to take profits in anticipation of just in following this strong rally that we've had. Okay, so this looks very bullish still, guys. Okay, you know the levels to watch for a turnaround. Those haven't happened yet, and because of that, we are still looking to go higher. Okay, a pullback would make sense to reconnect back to this 20-day EMA, but watch to see what that happens. What happens after that. Next, we get the VIX here, guys, and we discussed this last week. We discussed about we were looking at VIX to hold above 15. That didn't happen, guys. Okay, and because of that, we were not able to turn full bearish on the stock market, and because of that, we had quite a strong rally in the stock market following that. Now we did open up with a gap. Look for this gap to be filled. We do have one gap here sitting at 14.84 that hasn't been filled, and look for price to stay above 15. Okay, close above 15 and stay above 15. We are going lower here on positive divergences, which makes sense for price to go up high, for the VIX to move up higher here. VIX is very, very low, guys, and unless we if there's a catalyst, and I don't know what that will be, it would be very obvious once after the fact, but if we get a catalyst, okay, the VIX will spike like crazy. Okay, and I think this is what's going to happen at some point this year. However, guys, from a technical analysis point of view, this looks negative. It doesn't show us any sort of reason it wants to go higher here, and we have strong resistance here, and then we have strong resistance here at the 20. So not a lot to go on here. Next, DXY, and guys, we had a strong move down on the DXY last week, clearing that liquidity, and we said that as long as we are able to hold this IC there, the daily IC, then we are going up higher. Because of that, guys, we've cleared the liquidity. So now it will be interesting to see whether we get a nice reversal up higher, or we want to go lower. And if we do go up lower, where can we go? All the way into this daily IC there, guys. Now we do look, if we look at lower time frames, we are pretty oversold here, so a move up higher wouldn't be surprising, okay, to clear some of that liquidity there, guys. However, we are bearish on this. We've cleared the liquidity, so there's not a lot of reason to keep going lower, okay, unless we clear some of this liquidity up there, okay, before we do that. However, if we do go up lower, we may probably go lower coming to this daily IC, maybe on positive divergences, so then we can perhaps go fully long on the US dollar. Guys, gold here, and we 100% smashed this analysis. Last week we've discussed that as long as we are able to hold this daily IC, then we can go higher, and it's exactly what we did. And now we've managed to close above the 20 and the 50 EMA, guys. This is very bullish. We're looking at this now to act as support for price, so this will hopefully curl back around here and then act as support, and the first target will be this liquidity sitting at around 1984. If we clear that and go higher, then new highs here for the year will be the target. However, if price pulls back down below the 20 and the 50 EMA, guys, that is bearish. That is not a positive sign. And as long as the dollar can stay weak, we can see a move higher here. However, if the dollar strengthens up, okay, be careful here, okay. I think this liquidity will be grabbed no matter what, okay. Then we see what happens in terms of what price wants to do. But this looks very clean here, and I can see that happening quite soon. Lastly, guys, Bitcoin, and here there's nothing happened for almost a month here. Okay, we've just been consolidating here, consolidating where? Right at the previous support turn resistance. We need to see a close above this to be bullish, full bullish on crypto, and unless we see that, there is a lot of liquidity resting below here and below here that may want to be grabbed before we go up higher. So those levels are there to watch. That's pretty much it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy our analysis, please make sure you give it a like. And if you want to find out more about the strategy that we use, head over to our website, mcitradingacademy.co.uk, where you can find out more about the strategies that we use and about the courses that we offer. Thank you very much, guys, and I hope you have a great trading week there.